Happy New Year, Sagittarius. Welcome to your 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. Be sure to check out the video for your rising sign as well to get some more information about other things you may be dealing with in 2015. Of course, the only way to get a reading just for you and not every other Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising or Sagittarius moon or somebody who has a chart ruler that's Sagittarius, is to schedule a private reading with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a 30-minute session. Just drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you'd like to set up an appointment. The new year can be an excellent time to get a reading because I can really, this is a blueprint, but it is very general again. And, you know, you're going to get something much more precise if I can hone in on your energy, connect with your spirit guides, and they will then be giving me the messages for, you know, only you about what's going to be unfolding for you. So please do be patient. It can take a few days for me to get back to you if there are a bunch of people ahead of you, but I will get back with you and get scheduled if you want to do that. I'm also thinking of offering an online rune class at some point in 2015. It will probably start in February. I'm just kind of gauging the interest right now, make sure it would be, you know, worth my time to do all the work involved, and then kind of figuring out how I would go about certain aspects of transferring my notes to an online format. But if the interest is there, I will most likely do that. If that's something you would like to learn, and it will be covering specifically runes for divination, what I do, you know, in my monthlies with runes. So if that's what you, something you would be interested in, drop me a line at the same email address and just let me know, and I'll add you to the list and send you out those details. If you're already contacting me regarding a consultation, just mention in your email that you would also like to be added to the email list about the rune class. So let's jump into 2015 Sagittarius. The tarot wanted to go first with you, so I've already shuffled and laid those out. I've already cast the runes in the essence of saving time, as these are already very long readings. So let's jump in and see what we got for Sag. Your focus for the first 6 months, January through June, is what I'm covering with the tarot, has to do with you guarding your heart in some way, Sagittarius. Protecting your pride, protecting your vulnerability in some way. But again, with the Two of Swords coming up next to the King of Rods in reverse. So this could be you, Sagittarius. The King of Rods is a fire sign. This is an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. If it's not you, it's somebody that you're connected with. And normally a king is somebody who is a bit older. So I would say at least mid-30s on. You know, but I mean, these energies can work. It can also be a female fire sign, just to let you know. But this is a fire sign, you know, and it could be you, but there's something you're not seeing. And this has come up for you in another reading before, Sagittarius, a few months ago. And that may explain, maybe you know that you don't have all the information, so you are, you know, waiting to make a decision. But because you're waiting to make a decision, it may be making you appear to others like you're shirking your responsibilities to them, you're shirking your work, you're not following through on a promise. But for those of you, this is not you. This could be somebody in your midst who's doing this. You know, not seeing how their behavior is affecting you, not seeing how their refusal to see something, because I feel like this is stubbornness. That's another trait of the King of Rods. It's a trait of fire signs too. It's one of the less happier traits of fire signs, is that, you know, because of pride, you can stay kind of stuck in a viewpoint even after it's been proven to you that it's, you know, this is not the way things really are. But it's like you chose this, so you're going to stick with it gung-ho no matter what, you know. So Sagittarius, I mean, if this is you, your focus in the first 6 months may be on how to either turn the situation around and save face if it's you that's you know, hasn't seen the truth or has been blind to something. or to bring it to light for this other person, whoever is being wrong-minded, because when somebody's in the reverse, they're in the wrong. I mean, that's how I know they are, you know, that's how I know who the culprit is. And, you know, it's up to you to decide if it's you or someone else. And most people will say, oh, it's not me. But the universe, the way the universe kind of works, and what I've noticed is those who say it's not them and it is them, the universe is going to show you that it's you. So we'll kind of see how this plays out. You know, we'll probably get more details here about, you know, and it'll be different for all of you. Some of it will be you, others it's going to be someone else. But, you know, definitely just take the advice, you know, and you know, avoid anything that you can, because that's what readings are for. Forewarned is forearmed. You can avoid situations completely. If you don't like it, change it. There will be a lot of communication going on. I mean, so you may not have a lot of time to focus on this. It's kind of like just an energy that's hanging around the first 6 months. But with the Page of Pentacles, that tells me that you may be dealing with a younger person. This may be your child. It may be a student, maybe an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, who is... maybe this is your, you know, your child and they're applying to colleges, or it's your stepchild and they're applying to colleges, and they're... or maybe they are done with school and they're just around a lot and distracting you from stuff that you really need to get done. But maybe this is you, Sagittarius. Maybe you decide to go back to school in January, or maybe it's just the hustle and bustle of going back after the holiday break. And with the Eight of Wands, that means there are a lot of messages being exchanged, a lot of communication going on. And... you know, you may be having communication with an earth sign that is very open and honest. And, you know, maybe this person is giving you information about this other person who's being wrong, or telling you, you know what, you're wrong. Listen to what they have to say, because they are coming up in the upright. So, I mean, and earth signs... they're normally very honest people anyway. So, I mean, and this is somebody who cares about you. So I do feel like, but it may be a situation where it's kind of out of the mouths of babes. If this is somebody that's younger than you, it may be a younger sibling, again, or a child, but it does seem like they know what they're talking about, and they do have a point. So, just pay what they have to say heed, Sagittarius, because it seems like if it can't get you out of a bind, it can help you, get whoever this person is that's, you know, having a problem with pride, help set them straight. The first 6 months, help that's going to be available to you is that I feel like you may have been conservative with your money in 2014, or you may be starting that in the beginning of 2015, and that would be wise. That will only be a help to you to save where you can. You may have to be kind of tight with money, and for fire signs that can be difficult. You guys like to spend money. Everybody does, but you guys really can go kind of wild with it. There may be somebody though that, like, maybe this is your partner or somebody who's just spending lavishly, and you have to kind of rein it in. Some of you may have a child that, you know, again, with younger people. With a Page of Cups, this could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. And it could be that they, you know, require money, or you know, maybe you start a college fund for your kids or your stepkids, or you start to try to save money back for that. Some of you may be saving money back to invest in a creative project, a creative interest, a project that you want to start, because with the Temperance card, that means that you may have to at least 2 avenues of work going on in 2015. So you may have your full-time job and a part-time job, or your full-time job and, you know, your creative projects, your creative pursuits. So you may be wanting to put back a little bit of money so that you can kind of keep all of those balanced and moving forward. But yeah, somebody else, you really make sure that you communicate that, especially with a partner or anybody else that has access to your money, because they may be, as soon as you make it, they're spending it. You know, because yeah, with the Two of Wands, it's like you have these opportunities and things to move forward with a creative project, or invest in something that you want to do. And then you find out the money you thought was there was not there for the purpose that you had put it back. So, yeah, definitely be open and communicative about financial things with anybody that you are dealing with, especially the first part of the year, Sagittarius, because you have plans for your funds, and you have definitely plans for the money that you're saving and working very hard to save. Also got the King of Cups reversed coming up. So again, another water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Coming up in reverse. This person tends to play the victim a lot. Play the victim card in the reverse, or use emotional manipulation to get what they want. Now, this does not have to be a male. For some of you, this will be a female, but they, you know, and they don't have to be a water sign either. But somebody who does this, you know, because this is somebody who's coming up in, you know, I'm getting this constant victim, you know, phrase here, and I feel like you're getting sick of that. It's like whatever they do, they can justify it. And for some of you, this may be your partner, but it may be a business partner. It does not have to be a romantic situation. But it may be like, yeah, he maybe took the money, he or she took the money and spent it on, you know, something big, and you had plans for it. And then they're like, oh, well, you know, they have a way to justify it. Well, I can't believe you're mad at me for, you know, getting this is what, you know, new car. The car broke down and we needed a new one, so I went out and bought a brand new one, you know? I mean, this is somebody who just doesn't think when it comes to financial things. They're just not good with money. So you're gonna have to watch them, Sagittarius. And this is definitely not something you should wait to talk about. I would talk about it, you know? And I feel like most of you already know that this is the tendency of this person to do this. So yeah, it's time to have that talk, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, any money you can save in the first part of the year, you're really going to be glad that you did, you know, because just make sure that you communicate that to anybody else who has access to your funds, so they're not touching it and spending it on stuff without talking to you about it. Because I feel like anytime you criticize this person, no matter if that's what it's about or not, they play the victim card. Oh, you're attacking me, and then you feel bad, and then, you know, that's how they want you to feel, because that's how they get what they want. So careful of that, Sagittarius. Emotional manipulation, I mean, you know, it can be very subtle, and you know, so just watch that. What can't be changed the first 6 months? I do think that, I mean, you know, for the most part, things are positive, things are happy. I mean, I feel like you will still feel like you have been, some of you may feel like you've been victorious in a situation. You got what you wanted. There's been a celebration. There may very well be a wedding, an event, a celebration going on around an accomplishment. So some of you, maybe you, you know, maybe you get married in the first part of the year, or you announce your engagement, announce that you're planning to get married. You know, or those of you who are single and looking, with the Ace of Cups, you definitely have the opportunity, particularly in the first 6 months for a lot of you, of 2015, to meet someone new, a new beginning emotionally. And this can lead to marriage and children. This can lead to something you've been waiting a long time for finally coming to pass. So, I mean, that's really cool. For most of you, if it's going to be a marriage in 2015, I feel like you do not know this person until 2015. Okay, so, you know, if you are in a relationship in 2014, you know, it doesn't mean for all of you. You know, it could just be that you've been together a while and you've decided to get married in 2015, or you decide that in 2015. But for most of you that will be getting married, having children with someone, you'll be meeting this person in 2015. So it's going to be a time of commitment, or a more serious time when it comes to partnership matters. And there may be something mysterious about this person. You know, with the moon card. You feel very strongly drawn to this person, like it's an intuitive, definitely a past life connection, but you'll feel just like you're on the same wavelength, you know, like you are. It's interesting that we have the moon and the sun right next to each other. So anything hidden from you will be enlightened, and you're gonna like most of it. So, yeah, definitely on the cards to meet someone new. And they may have children, or you may just, you know, those of you who are already married, maybe that's how you're going to take the relationship to the next level. Maybe you're talking about having children, or thinking about having children. So that may be another level. You do have Saturn in your sign now, as I'm sure you've heard by now, and you've all went, boo. But what Saturn can do, I mean, yes, he can restrict things, but he can also make things more serious, or you know, so if you've been playing the field for a long time, or maybe you've been wanting someone that you feel like you want to commit to, Saturn can bring that in. So, I mean, you know, or if you've been kind of moving from job to job, not really sure what career you want, Saturn can bring that to the forefront, can you know, get you somewhere where you're making reliable income, and it's steady and reliable. And you know, Saturn can be a bit of a boring planet. He is the planet of, you know, routines and, you know, regimented, you know, meet this deadline, do this. But we all need that kind of discipline. You know, otherwise nothing would ever get done. And even in your own life, you know, if we don't have some sort of regiment, or some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Stability, routine, you know, we won't accomplish our own goals. So he's going to help you see where you should be putting your focus. And I do feel like for a lot of you that have been looking for a serious relationship, or looking to, you know, make your commitment even stronger, you know, that Saturn will bring that in 2015. With the Ace of Cups, yeah, again, we do have a new emotional beginning here. Now, for some of you, you guys out there, or for you gay ladies, this could be with a High Priestess type woman. Now, the High Priestess is generally, she's very intuitive, very spiritual. She's independent, so she's normally a leader. She may even be a spiritual leader. She may even do something like what I do. If not, she's probably interested in those sorts of things, or just naturally intuitive. But she's the kind of woman that does not need a partner. You know, she can be just as happy on her own, doing her own thing. She's very focused on her own soul development. And some people can find her rather cold. But she's really not. You know, she's very capable of that emotional connection. Because intuition and emotions are you know, linked very strongly. So you can't really have one without the other. So you know, she's a deep person. And so I feel like there's a new beginning with this person. Now, this does not have to be a romantic thing. Maybe this is your mom. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's, you know, a sibling, somebody that you've had a falling out with. Because with the Two of Pentacles here, it seems like maybe something got in the way of your relationship. And, you know, if this is somebody you already know, and you're like reconnecting. But for some of you, this could be somebody new that you meet. This could be somebody that helps you in some way. Maybe they take something off your plate. Maybe this is a coworker that you end up, you know, she ends up helping you out on a project. She takes some kind of stress off of your plate. But she's also a predictor. So this is somebody that you could go to for advice. I mean, I feel like she would offer wisdom, but her advice would really be pulling on future events. Because again, she just kind of, she has that ability, that aptitude. So if there's someone like that in your life, Sagittarius, definitely listen to this person. Now, I do have the Tower coming up next to the Hierophant reversed. What this normally signifies to me is a divorce or a split or a separation. This doesn't necessarily have to be you, but because it is coming up next to a new beginning, it could be that you meet this person, you decide, oh gosh, this person that I'm with is not the right person for me, but this person is. This is very, you know, this is kind of the epitome of Saturn here. Okay, yeah, we're going to get rid of what is not serving you. We're going to get rid of this relationship that's not right for you. But we're bringing in this one that is, you know, or we're bringing in this person that it, you know, you thought this was it, but this is it. So, yeah, there's happiness and joy in relationships, Sagittarius. So now that I'm seeing this, I'm almost feeling like, you know, even those of you that are coupled up, you know, of course you can rejuvenate this relationship if the spark has gone out or if you're not seeing things eye to eye, but, you know, you can decide to work on that. But I think a lot of you may be considering losing one partner for a new one here. And this is going to free you from some kind of restriction, because with the Hierophant in reverse, it's a situation where, and with the Eight of Swords, with the Nine of Swords, it's a situation where you feel confined. And this does not have to be a relationship. This could be a job. This could be any kind of situation that is too conservative or stodgy for you. Or maybe you're more traditional and this situation is too wild and just unpredictable for you. That would surprise me for Sagittarius. You're pretty go with the flow and open to whatever's going on. But with the Tower, a shocking truth will be revealed. There's no way around it, and it will affect you, or it wouldn't be coming up in your reading. But it could be you that's revealing the shocking truth and saying, hey, you know what? I'm done with this relationship, or I'm done with this job, or I'm done with this creative project working with this other person, and I'm leaving. I'm going off on my own. You know, and some of you, Sagittarius, before you decide, you may just need to take some time for yourself. But I do feel like through this, for the most part, finances are going to be stable. So if you are leaving a job, if this is a situation where you just don't want to work there anymore, you got to escape and get out of this situation, you are going to find something that is, will replace that income. It may be more of a lateral move, or it may be something that you feel, you know, you may be starting at the beginning again, or feel like you're taking a step backwards, but you're really not if it's getting you out of this. You know, if it's getting you out of, you know, feeling imprisoned and all of this worry, you know, and nights filled with insomnia where you just are tossing and turning and you can't sleep. Or you feel like you can't get a good night's sleep. You may sleep, but it may be that kind of sleep where you wake up and you feel like, oh my God, I don't feel refreshed at all. I feel like I didn't even sleep. Someone or something may just be exhausting you. And you may notice it more particularly come June. And it may be because of something that this person has told you, or you know, she may bring it to light, or maybe you just see the differences between her and someone else. You know, and if you are a guy, the High Priestess, her counterpart would be, you know, the Hierophant, the High Priest. So, you know, again, someone who's very spiritual, somebody who is a leader, but who does have a lot of wisdom linked with intuitiveness. But let's move on into and see how the rest of the year is going to play out with the runes here, Sagittarius, for July through December. I do think your focus the second half of the year will be on you may be hiding your vulnerability, or being very secretive. You may feel that someone misled you, they lied to you, they hid who they really are. There may be secrets coming out about someone that make you feel like you've been used or taken for a ride or taken advantage of. And, you know, again, this may be a relationship, but it doesn't have to be a partner. It can be, you know, a family member, a friend, somebody that you feel it kept something from you, or pretended to be something that they were not, and yeah, has used you in some way. Now, Sagittarius, some of you may be doing this to other people. I always have to say that. These energies always go both ways. You know, someone may tell you, you know, you used me, you lied to me, you didn't, you know, you pretended to be a certain way, and then, you know, you pretended like you didn't care if I spent money when we got together. You didn't care about money, and then we got together, and suddenly you were, you know, pinching every penny. That's just an example, Sagittarius. I really don't think of Sagittarians when I think of penny pinchers. That's more of an earth sign trait. But when you've got a goal, you can be that way. So yeah, there's something about secrets, somebody hiding something. Some cases it may be you, Sagittarius, and others it's that you are you know, you found out something about someone. Help that's going to be available to you in the second part of the year. Has to do with delays, but this is the rune of, this is need. And in the reverse, I mean, it's essentially saying that someone is on the wrong path. So, but I feel like any delays on you correcting, if this is you and not someone else, you know, then the delay is going to be a help to you as far as changing too quickly, because it's almost like there's something else coming in that's not quite there yet. It's not quite ready yet. Or maybe you're not quite ready yet. Maybe you decide to give someone another chance. Maybe you, what I think this is saying is that, you know, make sure you're on the wrong path. If you feel like it's you, if things aren't clicking, make sure before you accuse anyone that you've got all the facts straight. And if somebody is doing this to you, I feel like you will set them straight in no unequivocal terms. But, yeah, the sooner that you can change direction here, or may not be the best, because there seems to be something else to come to light. So we're going back to this mystery rune. And I'm sorry, but this coming up as a help is, I'm waiting for more insight on that. But kind of what I feel like is there's still more information come to light. So if you're not sure if you're on the wrong path, if you would regret it if you change direction too quickly, and it'll be different areas of life for all of you. Some of you, this will be in relationships, others it may be job, career, what you're studying at school. Definitely make sure that it's not for you before you give it up. Delays will be beneficial. So, because yeah, you also have radio blocked, which means that you want to move forward. You think you want to go in a certain direction, but you can't quite do it yet. So just know that any obstacles from moving forward the second part of the year are actually spiritual help, because there's more information or things need to unfold a little bit more. You're not completely done, but you will be. You will be leaving a situation or a relationship behind, or the conflict of a situation behind for good. This doesn't mean the relationship always has to end, but you will be leaving a conflict behind for good. And, you know, I feel like that will be a relief. What can't be changed the second part of the year? You may not feel like you have the strength to deal with some of the things that are thrown at you, Sagittarius, the second part of the year. Don't let other people dictate to you what you should do, or tell you that you can't do this or you can't do that, or, you know, and I don't think you guys do that very often anyway, but you may be tempted to do so. You may be tempted to believe someone that you view as more experienced or more wise, But I feel like somehow you're seeing someone in that light and they're really not. Because again, remember, we have this issue of someone pretending to be something they're not, pretending to be wise, pretending to be a sage, pretending to have all the answers when really they don't know jack. So make sure you're choosing the right people. The High Priestess, she knows, but someone in your midst. And I think this is someone you're already suspecting. You know what? I think you're full of it. So, and you know, it doesn't have to be a personal relationship. It can be a boss. Maybe it's somebody you have to work with. But, I mean, maybe you feel like they're feeding you false information or not telling you the right thing. Trust your intuition, Sagittarius. Especially the second part of the year here. Some of you may be just dealing with a health issue, or maybe somebody you're close to is not feeling the best. So it may be that, you know, and sometimes when we have an illness, it's just to get us to rest when we're not, because you will definitely be working hard in 2015 on a lot of different projects and have a lot of irons in the fire, Sagittarius. So you got to make sure you take care of yourself and don't make yourself ill. But by the end of the year, you've got Tyr. And you couldn't end the year on a better note, Sagittarius. This is the rune of victory. This is the rune of attaining your goals. This is a rune of finally breaking through the obstacles and kind of getting out of the muck. Because I feel like, you know, here's my thing of 2015 for Sagittarius. My vision is like you're chugging forward and then you get kind of stuck in the muck. And you gotta disentangle yourself, and then you're going again, you're going at a good clip, but then you kind of get stuck and you gotta figure out, okay, what's holding me back here? What do I need to lose? Is it a person? Is it a job? Is it a situation? What's holding me back from being and doing what I'm supposed to be and do in 2015? And you're gonna get there, because by the end, I think you're gonna look back and be like, wow, I am glad that I got rid everything that Saturn got rid of. I'm well rid of it, because just know that anything that goes, sometimes we want to hold on to things that are bad for us, relationships, jobs, situations, ideas. Anything that's not serving you, Saturn will wipe away. And the more you resist it, the harder it's going to be. And we all tend to resist it just because we don't like change. We'll hold on to bad, even though as soon as we get rid of that, it's making way for something good. So just remember that, Sagittarius. The more you hold on, the harder it's going to be. With Saturn, just let it go. You know, you're fire. You're going to be all right. It's not going to put out your fire. It's just going to make it burn more brightly, you know. Saturn's adding more wood to the fire, that's all, you know, and removing the ash, but adding in fresh wood to replenish you. So that is what I see for 2015, Sagittarius. A lot going on, and you know, but you got a lot of cool stuff going on with your career. And perhaps some new love too for those of you who are looking. So hang tough. It's going to be a bit of a ride with Saturn, but you can do it. You're strong. Thanks for watching, Sagittarius. I'll see you back here next month.